Hi, Cup and Card friends. Welcome back. It's Linda Z. It's time to grab your favorite cuppa, sit back and relax. Take a load off. Let's do a little deck flip through for the Epic Tarot. This is a preloved deck that has come into my collection, and this comes in a tuck box. This is a low scarabeo deck, and here is the other side of it. And this is part of the creepy-ish kind of cards that I had gotten. And I say creepy-ish because wait till you see some of the cards that are in here. But look at that. Can you see him? Oh, he's not in focus. But his nice little monster there. And it says it's by Riccardo Midetti, Paola Martinello. And yeah, let's take a look. So here are the cards. This comes in a standard low scarabeo little white book, or LWB. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. This is a small tarot, and it is in several languages that low scarabeo decks normally are: English, Italian, Spanish, French, and German. And I'm not going to read all of the introduction here, but it says, the Epic Tarot presents a fantasy world through which we can explore our connections to the physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual experiences of being human. The cards are designed to not only present a linear template for the journey, but also highlight the relationship between the cards. By paying attention to how the cards interact with each other, we can do readings more easily, seeing the bigger picture first, and then following individual cards deeper to get more detail. Many tarot decks present the major arcana as a modified hero's journey, often called the Fool's Journey. The Epic Tarot takes its own Fool's Journey by exploring the connections between the major cards and the non-linear fashion, releasing the importance of rank and the limiting idea of linear progression that was based on medieval philosophy. The Epic's tarot structure focuses on the relationships between the cards. So imagine a fantasy world where there are three gods: knowledge, creativity, and war, and three goddesses: magic, receptivity, and love. Each of these gods and goddesses manifests in a different form, or put another way, show us a different facet of their being in the three planes: material, intellectual, and spiritual. Then it goes in here into magic, knowledge, receptivity, creative, love, and war. And then there is a final deity in this world. The Seeker is the odd one, the one that doesn't fit into these relationships. This is the deity that has no shape, no focus, except that it's different from the others, and it's looking for something more, something outside, something forgotten or not yet discovered. So here we go into the relations between the arcana and the deities. And this is quite interesting. This is the first time I'm looking at the book, or the cards themselves. And that is really, really interesting how they have them broken down that way. And then we go into the knave, or the page, is the unicorn. The knight is the griffin, the queen is the phoenix, and the king is the dragon. It gives advanced studies, it gives spreads, and then it goes into the major arcanas. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this, shall we? All right, so we have our introduction card. And it has a quote here from Homer from the Odyssey. We have another introduction card. Okay, so I am going to zoom in on these. I'm going to move these introduction cards off to the side because I think you're going to want to really look at these cards. Okay, so here we have the Fool. And it almost looks like he's got this almost scorpion things behind him. And it says the journey begins by shedding all You cannot learn or experience new things if you are already full. What you take within yourself in this moment will determine the course of your journey. And then it says the material realm. These cards represent, among other things, tasks we are charged with in order to become good citizens in our material world. So here he's shedding. That's interesting. Okay, so here we have our magician, the child of mankind. And this is about take your innate gifts and curiosity and leave behind pure instinct. Develop and practice the qualities that define your humanity. Use them to create reality. Okay, and then here is our high priestess. She is the keeper of mysteries. And I love how the book has all this like smoke and interest coming out of it. It's like it's speaking, it's working, it's magic. This book up here is up actually floating in the air. Very, very cool. Now our Empress, the mother of hope. Here we see a beautiful pregnant woman, very young. And it says to experience magic, you must cross the threshold and give yourself over to the mystery. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You have been given a wondrous gift. The great honor brings you with it responsibility of nurturing that gift. Receive this gift with your whole being, allowing it to fill you with hope. Well, that's definitely filling her with something. Okay, well, here is our emperor, the father of fire. Humankind received the gift of fire, a symbol for the spark of life or of will. With this gift, we eat well, we see in the dark, and we create safety. Use your will to create systems that sustain life. Here we have our Hierophant. He is the saint without guilt. And look at these beings coming up. And it talks about know that you are matter, but remember that you carry within you a spark of the divine. We were created to remember, to reconnect that which connects us all. And I love here how we have the two fingers trying to connect together. Oh, here we have the lovers, the divine lover. Love as often as you can and in as many ways as possible. Love deeply, fully, and completely. Love is the human manifestation of divine connection in the material world. The Chariot. This is called the Eternal Soldier. And I see a hand here and I see a hand here. I see one hand, but it looks like it's a creature. On the journey to remember to reconnect, always be vigilant. Protect yourself from that which would distract you from your journey. Do not be afraid to slay your ego when it pulls back in fear. But that is kind of really interesting with this kind of canopy thing overhead. Okay, so now we are going into the intellectual realm. These cards represent, among other things, our understanding of how the world works. So this is strength, and it's called the Shield Tamer. There is no need to fight others directly. Be a compassionate reflection. Showing people themselves, being a servant and proclaimer of truth is the strongest action. Here we have the Hermit. And he is called the Sacred Beggar. The world and the divine react to your actions and intent. Become humble and ask nature and spirit to fill your bowl with these wisdoms you need. It does no good to ask those who have nothing. So in here they actually use him as a beggar, searching for information. Okay, here is the Wheel. It's called the Returning. And it talks about circumstances seem to change. And again, I find this interesting how we have one facing us and one going away, coming and going. This is justice, the guardian of order. Laws are neutral. Your actions carry the flavor of the consequences. I like how they put that, the flavor of the consequences. Very interesting. The Hanged Man. This is called the Lady of Visions, so it's a hanged woman. And once we give ourselves up to the mysteries, our understanding is changed forever. Here's Death. This is called the Child of Tears. We mourn the loss of life, of changes in our world. Death is part of the life cycle. Tears are how we measure the lost and remember the cost of separation. And here we have Temperance. This is called the Waiting Princess. While the world spins around and chaos feels penetrable, we find solace. We connect to our center by focusing on the one truth we can cling to no matter how small. And this is really beautiful because normally with Temperance we see her balancing with water, but she actually looks like she has a little flower in her hands. The Devil. He is called, so now we're going into the spiritual realm. These cards represent, among other things, our journey to reconnect with the divine. So he is called the Chained Demon. And we see in the fire, he has one hoof in the fire and he is being chained. When we lock our parts of ourselves, their nature transformed to something wild and hungry and dangerous. Instead, free yourself and allow your parts to grow in a loved and healthy way as they were meant to be. This is the Tower. It's called the Devouring Thunder. Nature abhors a vacuum and a static system stagnate. Before you fall in love with your creation, your worldview, destroy it or it will be done for you. And here's the Star. And this is called the Glimpse of the Divine. And it says the divine is all around us in the world and in others. Look with eyes to see, with a heart to love, and with a mind of compassion, and you will see the divine. When you do, reach and connect. Then we have the Moon, the maiden behind the mirror. You think you are looking at reality, but it is your own projections. Look around the mirror, leaving your expectations behind, and you will discover a different reality. Fascinating. And here we have the Sun, which I find really interesting that there is a yellow sun behind him, but it's not this overly brilliant yellow. And this person here almost looks statuesque. And it says, the Prince of Light. You carry a spark of the divine within you. Shed everything that hides that spark from the world without shame or self-consciousness. Reveal that glory in your everyday life. Fabulous. Here's Judgment. And this is called the Angel of Destiny. Wasn't that in Constantine? It was, no, I think it was the Sword of Destiny that he had in his hand. That reminds me of this card every time I see it. But we all hear the music of the spheres in our souls. It may be the same song, but we sing our unique parts. Listen for your unique melody or chorus and sing it with gusto. And then we have the World. And this is the Queen of the Heavenly State. Once you have found all your lost parts, released all that hides your divine spark, and embrace the magic song of life, you will be allowed to climb the stairway to the next phase of the journey. And now we go into our suits and we have our cups. So here is our ace. It's called the Chalice Recognized. The Two of Cups is called the Chalice Shared. here is the chalice that binds, the 3. The 4 is called the chalice lost. The 5 of cups, the chalice empty. And a lot of this is about love. Loss of love is part of life and can feel like death. The world becomes barren and cold. There is a desire. The desire is to quickly refill it with whatever is at hand. This is usually not a good idea. The 6, the chalice claimed. 7, the chalice dreamt. Despite the number of chalices in your life, sometimes space creates a need for a new chalice. Attend to this desire. Spend time with it, examine it, determine the perfect chalice to fill the yearning. Normally with this card we see, well, that's really interesting. I changed my mind on what I was going to say, so that's just really interesting. Okay, 8, the chalice preserved. A life of love and fulfillment is a goal for most humans. Such lives can be threatened. Sometimes to love best means to leave, to do what is needed to preserve that which gives life meaning. And you see here, she's sitting here and he's on the outside. And maybe this is like a mirror of what she's looking at, the future. And because here we see it looks like a boat, but she's not in a boat. He's in the boat, like he's going off to war or something. Okay, 9 is the chalice provides. When you think you are at the end, when you think you can hold on no longer, the chalice still has just enough left to get you through and gives all it has with love and grace. And then this is the chalice fulfilled. When the dream of the chalice is realized, the mundane reveals its magic. Everyone is allowed to be, and all is better. And then here we have our pages, the knave is the unicorn, and this is called the pure chalice. The knights are griffins, and this is the chalice in action. The queen is our phoenix, and she is called the chalice renewed. And the king is called the chalice strong. And now we go into pentacles. And here it is called the sphere is. You have found a golden sphere containing within its shiny walls the potential of all life, of all creation in this world. It will respond to your will and may shape it forever it pleases. The 2 is called the sphere balanced. Normally we see a person juggling these 2 pentacles, but here's one down here and one here, and I really don't see that he's balanced. No, that's actually I'm silly. That's actually the thing on the bottom of the cards that show that these are all pentacles. So where's the second one? Where is the second one? I don't see it. You are having fun with your resources, enjoying life without care. Sharing your blessing, it is said, doubles them. Life should not be hoarded, but it should also not be squandered. The 3 is called the sphere elevated, working together. The 4 is called the sphere unmoved. Anything left alone for too long will put down roots. And look at all the things that are being held. This is normally where we see greed, but it's saying that, you haven't used it for good. The 5 is the sphere denied. Life is meant to move and flow. Someone is taking more than they required. 6 is the sphere shared. 7 is the sphere yet to come. Sometimes when you are creating is at a certain point in manifesting, there's little to do but wait. This is what I call the waiting card. And consulting wise ones about anything can be done to support your manifestation. The 8 is the sphere entangled. You're facing a task that requires patience and finesse. The 9 is called the sphere achieved. And I thought this was really cute. Look at the face on the tree. Your patience, finesse, and determination have been rewarded. Now you get to enjoy the life you created. 10 is the sphere integrated. And then we go into our page, which is another unicorn. The knight is another griffin. The queen is a phoenix. And the king is our dragon. And now we go into the wands. And this is the ace, the book opened. As if out of nowhere, or perhaps as if from the mind of the divine, a page has been turned and a new doorway of possibilities have opened. Keep reading, keep exploring. There's much more than meets the eye. The book not yet written. Love that idea. 3 is the book chosen. 4 is the book abandoned. 5 is the book attacked. Your project is in danger of being altered by others who think they can improve it. This is your vision, though, so hold it close to your heart, protect it, and help it become to what it was meant to be. Fabulous. Six, the book connects. Messages are a bridge between our worlds and the world beyond. Listen with different ears and speak with a different voice. There are wonders beyond imagination. Wow. 7, the book forgotten. 8, the book creates. And look how this book is opened up and you have all this coming out of it. That is so fascinating. Your project is quickly becoming what it was designed to be. Whoa. Number 9, the book controls. Ideas and projects take a life of their own. 10, the book compels. I'm laughing because my best friend has a sore throat and she actually sent me a video of her saying the theme from The Exorcist, where he's staying there and he says, Christ compels you. So every time I just hear that, I just start laughing to myself. Sorry, I just wanted to let you know why I'm laughing. But you should hear her. She sounded just like the demon on there. Okay, so this is 10 is the book compels. When all aspects of yourself are integrated, you can see the whole story from the points of view of all the characters. And we go into our knight, which is our unicorn. The book begins. The griffin is the confusing book. You have some understanding or blurry vision of what you want to do, but the full picture isn't clear yet. Clarity will come. Our queen is our phoenix, and she is the book left behind. You finish the book and must leave it behind. Don't keep referencing it, making sure you are following the steps. Go ahead and live. And then we have our king, who is the dragon, and he is the book of controls. You are passionate and full of energy, and you can lead multitudes. You can get what you want. Don't leave behind all you've learned. Your ego is strong, and your tempering will go a long way. So now we go into our swords. And this is the sword presented. You are presented with an idea or a truth. The 2 is the sword has 2 sides. And I love how she has the drama masks with the sword on her lap. It is said that a hard choice is not always a big one, but where both choices are nearly equal. When rationality isn't enough, you may have to go with the heart, even if the mind isn't happy about it. That's very interesting. The sword weighs heavy. Everyone says they want the truth. And I think of this from A Few Good Men. You can't handle the truth. Here's the 4. The sword as rest. The 5. The sword refused. We forget that there is no absolute truth. We just because you were presented with a version of truth doesn't mean you have to accept it. You can toss it like garbage and find a new truth. The 6 is the sword inspires. 7 is the secret sword. Things are not always as they seem. An unexpected weapon can defeat an insurmountable enemy. Conversely, don't assume any easy victory over an apparently weak foe. And see how she has the sword? She's hiding it behind her back. The 8 is the enigma of the sword. When in a difficult situation with no apparent way out, the solution can be found in the least obvious place. Find out what is causing the pain of your attacker and heal it. 9. The sword fails. Clutched in the grasp of thoughts that hold you prisoner, using the same logic and premises that bound you, you will only tighten the grasp. This sword is not the right one for this purpose. 10 is the sword's work is done. At the end of the day, after all the arguments are made and the debates run dry, the real gift of the sword is understanding. And we go into our knight, which is a unicorn, the sword of truth. Our griffin for our, that's the page. This is the knight. The griffin is the sword in action. The queen is our phoenix again, the sword tempered. And the king of the dragon is the sword wielded. Using your rational capacities, make sure you are clear in your truths and incorporate your knowledge of cause and effect. Awesome. Okay, so we have our cards shuffled. So let's take a gander and do a quick tarot spread, tarot reading, see what Spirit wants to talk to us and show us what card we need to see as our energy for the reading. What is our energy for this reading? And why is it here? Why is this here? And how do we handle this? Okay, we'll go with this first one that fell. All right. So our first card is our Queen of, let me see what the book is. Wands. So this is our Queen of Wands. She is the book left behind. And this says, whatever is necessary become a part of you, go ahead and live it. Okay, you've finished the book and you must leave it behind. Don't keep referencing it. Make sure you are following the steps. Whatever is necessary, become a part of you. Go ahead and live it. So to me, this says you have lived your life. You have gotten to this point. Don't live in the past. That's done. It is now time to go, go, go. This is about going forward and living your life, and not forgetting the past, but you've learned your lessons from them. So why is this here? We have our 7, and again, this is a another wand. So we have a 7, and this is the book Forgotten. Becoming a servant to an idea can transform you into automation. Take a break from your toils and turn to nature, who gives great beauty. Refill your soul and find fresh inspiration. Well, I think that's really fabulous, because this is saying go and live your life, and this is saying, yeah, let's do it. Let's go and find that inspiration. Let's go walk in the forest. Let's go to the beach and get some sand in our toes. So how do we handle this? Oh, hello. We have the Lover's card. This is saying, yeah, go and do this with a partner. Now, this is showing a romantic partner. It says, the divine lover, love as often as you can and in many ways as possible. Love deeply, fully, and completely. Love is the human manifestation of divine connection in the material world. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean sex. For me, the Lovers means you have this love for another person. It could be a child. It could be a pet. It could be a friend. It could be sex. It could be a partner. So I am definitely seeing the Queen here. Definitely going and maybe taking a little mini vacay and going out with some friends, or just going out to do something together, getting unplugged with someone that you deeply, deeply care about and that you need that connection with. This deck is really all about connection, connection to the divine and connection to each other. And for me, I'm seeing that we have this Queen who has worked and given everything, like a mother figure, and maybe she's an empty nester, and it's saying, okay, it's time to go out and enjoy the things that you want to enjoy with your spouse or with your partner, and really get reconnected. Because I know sometimes as parents, or as you are going through life with a married person, you start out as a couple, and then you have kids in the middle. So then your marriage is, all about the bringing these little ones up. And you have less time for each other. And sometimes there's that disconnect because you're so focused on work and taking care of the house and taking care of the kids and taking care of the pets and the bills and the cars and everything else. So I'm really seeing this as a reconnection to your partner. I'm really seeing that this is saying you have worked so hard. And I'm not saying that this is, even though this is the Queen, you can be a male figure and have feminine energy. So whoever is the one in the relationship that has that feminine energy, I'm seeing this connection that needs to be gotten. So I hope you enjoy this reading. I will be posting the cards in the Facebook group below. And I hope you join one or all of them. They're really cool. And they do lots of fun things. And all 4 of them do different things. But they're all really great groups. And that's why I just post all of these on all 4 of them. And if you have any questions, let us know. We are all about answering questions and helping everybody grow in their tarot practice. I mean, they have really helped me a lot. And the Coffee and Tarot group, Bob Smithies and Layla Champagne, have their own tarot deck called Coffee and Tarot. I have that handy right here. Boop. And then on the Tarot Seasons and Sabbats group, Judith Krause, has her own tarot deck, which I also have right here, and it is called the Treasure Island Tarot. Hold on, let me get it out of the bag. Ta-da! Oh, hold on. Ta-da! And there is Judith's tarot. So they're really, really quite amazing. Very talented people. The moderators are fabulous. And everybody in the group is really awesome. And again, don't forget to smash that like button. It means the world to me. And it helps my algorithm. And it lets me know that you like what I'm putting out there or not. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future videos. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll talk with you later. Thanks. Bye.